Did Phil explain why he's speaking out now?
He said he's speaking out because he believes Diddy's a predator. He wants accountability and he doesn't want someone like this to run unchecked in the future.
So apparently Diddy's knee has been bothering him recently, so he reported it. At some point, it was decided that he needed medical care outside of the jail, so he was taken to a Brooklyn.
Sean Diddy Combs, a name synonymous with the glitz and glamour of the entertainment world, now finds himself embroiled in a legal nightmare that could shatter his empire. Yet, as the music mogul faces some of the most serious allegations of his lifetime, his children appear to be living in an entirely different universe, a universe of luxury, leisure, and limitless spending. The contrast is striking, and it has everyone talking. While Diddy prepares for the fight of his life, his kids are jet-setting to exotic locations, flaunting designer goods, and living a lifestyle most can only dream of.
Diddy's mom has finally spoken out amidst everything that is happening right now. Janice Small Combs provided a statement to some outlets via her attorney. So she starts off by saying it's very heartbreaking to see her son judged not for the truth, but for a narrative created out of lies.
Let's paint the picture. Diddy, the man who once ruled the music industry with an iron grip and a Midas touch, is now behind bars, awaiting trial. The charges against him aren't just damaging. They have the potential to destroy everything he has built over decades. Yet, instead of lying low or rallying behind him in a show of solidarity, his family is putting their extravagance on full display for the world to see. And make no mistake, this isn't subtle. From jaw-dropping vacations to high-end shopping sprees, Diddy's kids are pulling out all the stops, documenting every second of their lavish lifestyle on social media. Take Christian Combs, better known by his stage name King Combs, for example. While his father faces a mountain of legal trouble, Christian has been soaking up the sun on pristine beaches and indulging in extravagant purchases that scream luxury. Recently, he shared clips on Instagram of himself enjoying a tropical getaway with his youngest sibling, Sean Combs, who is only 2 years old. But it doesn't stop there. Paparazzi have captured Christian stepping out of an SUV, overflowing with shopping bags from high-end brands. If that weren't enough, he's been spotted at luxury boutiques picking up diamond-encrusted watches and designer jackets. The cherry on top? His girlfriend, Raven Tracy, has been tagging along, sharing their extravagant escapades, which include camel rides in Mexico.
Today, just to tell the truth, so hopefully we can get down to the bottom of this. I'm 100%, the charges against me are 100% false, and hopefully due to time, we'll start to see that.
But Christian isn't the only one living it up. The Combs twins, Delilah and Jesse, recently turned heads with their Instagram posts from Street Barts, where they lounged aboard a sleek yacht, soaking up the sun in matching Christian Dior bikinis. With crystal glasses in hand and an air of effortless luxury, their aesthetic was opulent and unapologetic. Their social media followers, numbering in the hundreds of thousands, couldn't get enough of the extravagant backdrop. Clear blue waters, a lavish yacht, and designer swimwear to top it all off. It looked like a scene straight out of a movie, except for them, this is just reality. Then there's Chance Combs, who has been making waves of her own. She recently shared snapshots of a serene horseback ride along a sandy beach, perfectly embodying both privilege and tranquility. Aspiring to become an actress, Chance has also been spotted at amusement parks and high-profile events, effortlessly maintaining a glamorous image at just 19 years old. She has already mastered the art of curating a life.
In her civil lawsuit, Cassie said that she was the victim of abuse, assault, and at the hands of Diddy.
And let's not forget Quincy Combs, Diddy's eldest son, who has also been indulging in some much-needed R&R. Quincy opted for a beach vacation, sharing photos of himself lounging and enjoying the perks of being part of one of the wealthiest families in entertainment. His vibe? Relaxed yet undeniably chic. While Diddy battles his legal woes, Quincy seems to have fully embraced the treat-yourself philosophy. And who can blame him? When you have access to private jets and five-star resorts, why not make the most of it? Speaking of private jets, let's talk about the family's travel habits. Diddy's private jet has been clocking more air miles than ever, shuttling his kids to destinations like Hawaii, California, Texas, Florida, Mexico, Italy, and even India. According to flight data, the jet has also made stops in Ireland, Canada, and St. Martin. And let's not forget the cost of keeping this lifestyle afloat. As one insider put it, jet fuel ain't cheap. Every
realm, this is very significant, just from who we associate Diddy being and everything we've seen him do over the decades. Like you said, this is quite the downfall to go from, I mean, we saw the mansions back in March that were raided by the feds. So to go from living in those mansions to being in a jail cell right now, I think it really underscores the magnitude of what he's facing and the weight of the federal government.
But here's where things get even more intriguing. Sources close to the family claim that Diddy's kids aren't just indulging in luxury. They're also handing out cash to their friends. Yes, you heard that right. Apparently, basking in the glow of their father's fortune isn't enough. They're spreading the wealth among their inner circle. When the cat's away, the mice will play, one insider quipped. With him sitting in jail awaiting trial, those kids are doing whatever they want. This carefree attitude has sparked a wave of criticism online, with many questioning whether Diddy's children truly grasp the gravity of his situation. After all, their father's net worth has already taken a significant hit. Forbes estimated his fortune at around $400 million last year, a sharp drop from the $740 million he was worth in 2019. With lawsuits piling up and radio stations pulling his music from playlists, the financial strain is only expected to worsen. One source close to Diddy put it bluntly. They're acting like he's already been convicted. They don't seem to realize that this money isn't endless. But the real question is, are the kids genuinely oblivious, or are they simply putting on a brave face for the cameras? That's the million-dollar mystery. What's clear is that their actions are raising eyebrows, and the public reaction has been a mix of fascination and outrage. On one hand, there's a morbid curiosity about how the ultra-wealthy navigate crises. On the other, there's growing resentment toward the Combs family for flaunting their wealth at a time when their patriarch is under intense scrutiny. And let's not forget the irony. Diddy, a man known for his larger-than-life persona and his infamous can't stop, won't stop mantra, now finds himself unable to control his own narrative. He's stuck in a jail cell, his reputation hanging by a thread, while his children are out living their best lives. It's a stark reminder that even in the world of the ultra-rich, family dynamics can be complicated, and loyalty isn't always guaranteed. For now, the Combs family seems content to ride this wave of luxury, despite the storm clouds gathering on the horizon. But how long can this charade last? Will mounting legal and financial pressures...
It sounded crazy, like I said before. They said that 2,300 people reached out to the law firm, and out of the 2,300 people, I guess they decided to go with just a little over 100, which seems like it's they just put out the number and everybody's calling to see if they can get a check.
It's insane. It's insane. Now, again, he did say that nothing has been filed yet because he says he wants to make sure that they do their due diligence and get this right.
As we transition to the next chapter of this unfolding drama, one can't help but wonder, are Diddy's children using their lavish lifestyle as a form of escapism? Or is it a calculated move to divert attention from the scandal? And more importantly, when the dust finally settles, what, if anything, will be left of the Combs family legacy? Hold on to those questions, because there's still much more to unpack when it comes to Diddy's legal battles and the ripple effects they're having on his family. While the extravagance of Diddy's children continues to dominate headlines and flood social media feeds, an ominous undercurrent lurks beneath all the glitz and glamour. The family may be projecting an image of carefree indulgence, but the reality is far from effortless. Diddy's legal troubles are casting a long shadow, and he's not the only one in the spotlight anymore. The allegations against the music mogul are anything but ordinary, and their impact is already rippling through his inner circle, pulling some of his children into the fray. The once tightly knit family dynamic.
This investigation is ongoing, and I encourage anyone with information about this case to come forward and to do it quickly.
For those who have been following Diddy's story, the allegations he's facing are as shocking as they are extensive. This isn't just another case of a celebrity caught in a scandal. It's a full-scale legal battle with potentially devastating consequences. The accusations against him include serious claims of coercion and racketeering, leading to multiple lawsuits and federal investigations. But the drama doesn't stop there. What's even more surprising is that some of his children have now found themselves entangled in this web of accusations. That's right. This isn't just about Diddy anymore. The spotlight has shifted, dragging others into the narrative. Take Christian Combs, better known as King Combs. While he's been making headlines for his lavish lifestyle and flashy social media presence, he's also become the subject of a serious lawsuit. Grace Omar, a former steward who worked aboard a yacht chartered by Diddy, has accused Christian of inappropriate behavior during a trip in late December 2022. According to her complaint, what was supposed to be a high-profile but wholesome family gathering quickly spiraled into an environment of chaos and excess. Omar alleges that Christian's actions left her deeply shaken, with lasting effects on both her personal and professional life.
We are not done, and that Combs did not do this alone. Do you foresee that there could be other charges related to this case?
I'm not taking anything off the table.
Omar claims she was simply doing her job, providing dinner and drink service on the yacht, when Christian allegedly began to cross the line. According to her complaint, he was heavily under the influence when he boarded the boat and pressured her to join in on the festivities. She has even provided what she claims are audio recordings from that night, reportedly capturing her repeatedly refusing his advances. In one recording, she can allegedly be heard saying, "I have to go back to work," while Christian insists she stay with him. If verified, these recordings could add significant weight to her case, but it doesn't end there. Omar also alleges that Christian's behavior escalated later in the evening, culminating in an incident that left her visibly distressed. Her complaint includes photos of bruising, which she claims resulted from the encounter. She says she reported the incident to the yacht's captain the following day, but was met with disbelief and inaction. According to Omar, not only was her complaint dismissed, but she also faced retaliation that ultimately led to her losing her job. The emotional toll, she claims, has been immense. She describes struggling with anxiety, sleeplessness, and other lasting effects that she directly...
That with all the money he has and all the resources he has, they couldn't craft some solution that lets him be under some form of house arrest. And again, it sounds like special treatment, but the truth of the matter is, to incarcerate somebody like him is expensive to all of us. We're taxpayers, and he's got to have unique situations. You can't put him in general population where, everyone wants a piece of him and everyone wants to be his friend and everyone. So
Christian's legal team has vehemently denied the allegations, calling them baseless and an attempt to capitalize on the broader scandal surrounding his father. However, the timing of the lawsuit is undeniably significant. It comes at a moment when the Combs family is already under intense scrutiny, raising questions about how much of this behavior may have been influenced by their father's lifestyle. After all, Diddy himself has been accused of fostering an environment where excess and indulgence weren't just encouraged, they were expected. And speaking of Diddy, his own legal troubles continue to unfold, and they are nothing short of explosive. Federal agents have raided his properties in both Los Angeles and Miami, reportedly seizing items that could serve as evidence in ongoing investigations. These weren't routine searches, they were highly coordinated operations involving multiple agencies. While Diddy has maintained his innocence, the sheer scale of these investigations suggests that authorities are leaving no stone unturned. Among the items reportedly seized were
Well, Sierra, anything's possible, right? But now this judge has an even harder time, I think, because the past judge locked him up, didn't let him out, and he's still there available for trial. If the new judge lets him out on bond and something goes wrong, and this isn't the analysis that I'm proud to make, right? We shouldn't be saying, well, judges are worried about their own skin and how they look if something bad happens.
What's particularly unsettling is how these allegations have begun to blur the lines between Diddy's personal and professional lives. According to reports, some of his business associates have also been implicated, raising questions about whether this is a case of individual misconduct or something more systemic. These allegations have triggered a wave of lawsuits, with multiple individuals coming forward to share their stories. A common thread in many of these accounts is a culture of excess and entitlement, one that seems to have permeated every aspect of Diddy's world. This brings us back to the question of how his children fit into all of this. While Christian is the only one currently facing legal action, the entire family has been thrust into the spotlight. Their public statements in support of their father have sparked mixed reactions. On one hand, their loyalty is understandable. After all, this is their father, and they're standing by him during a difficult time. But on the other hand, their unwavering support has been criticized as tone-deaf, especially given the severity of the allegations against him. Their public declaration that they stand united with Diddy has been interpreted by some as an attempt to deflect attention.
Everything. They're going to try to transfer him. They're going to try to get him out. In a normal case where it's a high-profile person or a well-funded person, the prosecution and the judge is a little bit more concerned about wrongful prosecution because people that are mad that they're being arrested for a crime they didn't commit can turn around and file for malicious prosecution.
And yet, even as they rally around their father, cracks in the family's united front are beginning to show. The lavish lifestyle they continue to flaunt on social media has only added fuel to the fire, with many accusing them of being completely out of touch with reality. The optics couldn't be worse. While Diddy sits in a jail cell, his children are gallivanting around the world, seemingly unfazed by the storm brewing around them. It's a stark contrast that's hard to ignore, and it raises serious questions about their priorities and whether they fully grasp the gravity of the situation. But perhaps the most pressing question is, what does all of this mean for the future of the Combs family? Diddy's trial is set to begin in May, and the stakes couldn't be higher. If convicted, the consequences could be catastrophic, not just for him, but for his entire family. The financial impact alone could be devastating, potentially jeopardizing the lavish lifestyle his children have grown so accustomed to. And then there's the matter of public perception. Even if Diddy manages to clear his name, the damage to his reputation may be irreparable.
Every jail is bad, and some jails are worse than others. And the problem, again, is if you move him, why is he getting special treatment? And maybe he's earned special treatment. Maybe what he's done, maybe he's given so much back to his fans and to the world and to charity that maybe there's a way that it plays out in the end. But again, to go into court and say this jail is bad, move him to another jail, is not your first argument. That's sort of the...
As for Christian, his legal battle is just beginning. The lawsuit filed by Omar could take months, if not years, to resolve, and the outcome remains uncertain. In the meantime, his reputation has already taken a hit, raising questions about how this will affect his budding career in music and entertainment. For someone who has worked tirelessly to step out of his father's shadow, this is a setback he likely never anticipated. And let's not forget the rest of the Combs family. While they may not be directly involved in the legal battles, they are certainly feeling the impact. Every move they make is being scrutinized, and the pressure to maintain a united front must be immense. But as the allegations continue to mount, it's becoming increasingly difficult for them to keep up appearances. The cracks are starting to show, and it may only be a matter of time before the entire facade crumbles. So where does this leave us? The Combs family stands at a crossroads, and the stakes couldn't be higher. The only question now is, will they be able to weather this storm and emerge on the other side?